Hello everyone, today I'm going to cover controlling lighting on your Klipper-based 3D printer setup. There are multiple ways of approaching this. For example, you can use a relay board, which you can control with Octoprint's enclosure plugin, or you can just use Klipper to control the relay board. But today the way I'm going to show you is just connecting the LED lighting directly to a spare MOSFET on your MCU. So in our case, for example, with the Warons, we have the heat bed heater free here because we use the SSR for heating control. So you can use this, you can use any other spare MOSFET you may have, just change the pin definitions, or you can use a PWM output if you wish to use an external MOSFET, or you can use a relay board, but not gonna cover the options for those, though it is fairly similar. So yeah, as I said, I'm just going to cover using the hot bed heater, heat bed heater control. So yeah, for this you will need the LED lighting of the same voltage of your 3D printer system. So for example, if you're running a 24 volt setup, you want 24 volt LED lighting, or if you have a 12 volt setup, you can use 12 volt. And the way you configure the Klipper is fairly simple. Now there is a sample configuration on the Voron GitHub that you can copy, but I find that this isn't enough for most people, so I expanded on that with a few macros and stuff like that. So all of this will be linked in the description, and a haste bin link, which is basically paste bin, but it's not banned here because anyway, not gonna get into that. So yeah, you can find all of this in the description. So yeah, just change the pin here, for example, if you're using a different pinout. So should cover that. So if you're using the heat bed heater, for example, for some reason I keep forgetting that word, you can use pin 2.5, or I don't know, if you were using the hot end one, you could use 2.4 and stuff like that. You can use pins on a different MCU and stuff like that. So yeah, you just change the pin definition and your setup should be ready. It's that simple. If you wired everything correctly, and by that I mean positive to positive, negative to negative, you know, it's that simple. It should work just fine. You'll see that I also have a few macros here. For example, lights on, lights off. I think these macros were by somebody. I'll make sure to credit them in the paste bin link. But yeah, it just turns the lights on or off. And this is the toggle macro I created, which uses if statements, as you can see here. So if the lights are on, it turns them off. If they're off, the macro turns them on. And you can use this with a G-code button, for example. So here you can see that I assigned the toggle function to this G-code button, and you can see that when I press it, the lights toggle. And as I said, the other commands work as well. So yeah, this is actually a pretty simple video, but I hope it was useful to some of you out there, especially beginners with Klipper. So again, I hope this was useful. If you found it useful, please leave me a like down below, and thanks for watching.